Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and I had originally planned to use a different plate and share my experiences with it, only after using it and then cleaning up to be able to showcase it, I have somehow misplaced it. So we're switching to a different series because that's what I was also working on. And well, it's reverse stamping, and there's a lot of confusion on this, or many people think they can't do it or they're not good at it. So I'm going to give you the explanations of it, and then I will do subsequent videos in the step-by-step showcasing of it. So the explanation of it is, in reverse stamping, you have an image that instead of just using the outline of the image that you have picked up with a specific color, you are using contrasting colors before you apply it to the nail. So here is an example. I'm using plate BMXL355, and I'm going to be using these images here. And so, and this is just to do the basics of it. So let me get a card. Okay, I have a card. And I'm going to turn it sideways. I have my scrapers and my colors. Let's see. And oh yeah, I noticed that this nail was feeling a little weird, and I kind of was getting something that was coming up. So we took it off because next thing I know, the entire artwork image just completely, for 99.9% peeled off in one thing. And I'm like, I'm not wearing peel off. What in the heck happened? But I guess I did not get it sealed properly, and I did not get enough coverage towards the edge, and it just kind of completely came undone because I really didn't take a whole lot of time with these, and I didn't complete the drying, curing process of each layer, so I think it just kind of was staying goopy. I'm not sure, but there's that. So my colors, what I have on this finger is Faye, which is B470, and the I'm trying to decide. Yeah, we'll do this one. Is the outline color is leather. Can we? It's not coming in real well. B368. Am I reading that right? Sometimes things get a little fuzzy. So, going to pick up the image. So that is step one. You apply your image, and it could be any image that you want, any design that you want, any polish colors that you want. That's the beauty of this. So we have picked that up. We had a nice pick up on that. And while I'm kind of, yes, letting this dry a little bit, I am going to take my time. So step one is decide on your image, and it does need to have something with all the different areas covered. So you have space to fill in. It's kind of like paint by numbers you did when you were a kid, or maybe as an adult, or something of that nature. So then I'm going to pick this shade, and I have my happy little brush, and I'm gonna grab one of my stampers. You could do this on the same stamp, or you could do it on a different one. I like to do it on a different one just because I'm extra. And so this shade is Anthurium B344, and I don't think they have this one anymore. I think that one was discontinued. So you now have a brush and you have your polish, and you're then going to fill in, and it is basically that easy. You can tap, and I don't recommend dragging, because if you start getting into the habit of that, you will do that later on and can very much mess up your outer lines. So that's filled in, and this is what you see on the back side. So that when you stamp it, that's the image you will have. Now, a lot of people are like, I'm not really good at that. Okay, well, it depends on your handiwork, and sometimes for other people, using a brush might not be where you can get the best control. Using your dotting tool, you will get more precise coverage. And yes, your polish will dry out, so you want to be careful that you are not taking too much time using this. I mean, I'm talking and I'm not going to apply this to anything that's going to make a huge bit of difference. This is demonstration purposes only. Trying to get it where the light is so you can see what the image is going to be. And then so it is step one. Well, obviously pick your image and pick your colors. And I recommend having a bunch. I did clean up my mess, and then I pulled out a whole bunch more to be able to do the demonstration of this. So now I'm back to having a whole tray full of polish. So to do this, you're going to, if you're going to do this on your nails or on tips, either way, you're going to want to paint your base color that you want to use on the actual nail. So that technically is pick your image, pick your shades, and then paint the steps that you're going to paint on your nail or on your tip. And then you're going to stamp the outline image and then fill in with the shades that you want to fill in with. And then while you're kind of waiting for that to dry and get a little bit tacky, then you're going to want to use a sticky base coat. And where do I have mine? Which is right here. And apply your sticky base coat to your nail tip, however you are attempting to do that. And then this needs to dry for a minute and get tacky. And it doesn't take very long for that to do. And having strips of tape work really well. I like the masking tape because it is just the right sticky and it pulls up what I need to do, and I can kind of hold on to it. I will, in a pinch, use my scraper cards, but then you have to go back and clean them off, and that's just extra. These I can tear off in little strips and have them ready to go. And other, excuse me, other options is packing tape. I know it sounds really weird, but that stuff, if you get the good stuff, the really strong, I don't remember which brand it is. There's one out there that Hubster happens to pick up occasionally, and it's not worth the money. It just does. But the Duck Max is the one I like. And again, you can tear it off in little strips and use it the same way as the masking tape. I like these better than Scotch tape or Scotch style type tape because in my opinion, and take it for what it's worth, the masking tape and the packing tape has more of a flexibility, whereas a Scotch tape has a bit of a stiffer because of what it's designed to do, it's more stiff in the application of trying to hold on to it and use it. And depending on the brand and the size and all that neat stuff, I like the width to be able to hold on to that and the width to hold on to those. That's just my preference. So I think we're done with waiting on that as I digress. So now we're going to stamp our image. And go slow because you want all the parts that stick to stick. And I can feel it's sticking in places, and there we have it. So now we have reverse stamped a heart. And then and I see that there's something right there that it picked up. It's got a little bit of an extra bubble. So I'm going to push that down only because it's one of those things that would bug me. And if you want, and I'm going to because it's going to bug me, is that I'm going to put a teeny tiny bit. I put more than I needed to. Because I don't like the way that this filled in. I'm going to fill in a little bit more over the top. Those little buggy parts. So there's that. And then we'll take that off. It was wet. If I'd have waited and let it dry, it would have just come off in one little strip, but that's okay. So we have now reverse stamped, and then you want to use the smudge-free top coat, and there's a new version of top coats available out there, and cover that, and then you want to do a harder top coat, and that is the basics of how to reverse stamp. Is it more complicated? Can you do more things with that? Is there a lot more to reverse stamping? Absolutely. But this is just the step-by-step beginners, how do you reverse stamp, to explain the concept of it, because in just that simple process might make it easier to make it make sense for some people, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, I can't, that's just too much, I wouldn't even know how to, where would I begin? Well, that's how you begin. You start with images that are super easy. They're just outlines, and you fill them in, and you get comfortable with using the tools to fill in the images. And when you get that, you can move on to more advanced options. So there's that. I appreciate you joining me. Please be kind. Do not let those who are part of the Misery Loves Company Club recruit you, because they're always recruiting, even if they don't realize they're in the group or that they're trying to recruit you. You do not have to be nice, but you do have to be kind. And right now we need a whole lot more kindness, because there's a whole nation full of people who are angry, and they think they know why they're angry, and they think they know what they're mad at, but it's not really what they're mad at. So, yeah. And I have decades worth of information to be able to back that up with. So with all this anger and animosity and resentment and just frustration and you fill in the blank, they're all just kind of lower negative feelings. A lot of people just kind of get caught up in a lot of stuff that, well, we'll leave it at that. So yes, please be kind, because you just don't know what other people are going through and what brought them to this place. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.